Thank you for visiting our channel. Today I came out to unbox and review this brand new wake up light alarm clock. It is done by HeimVision. It's modeled A80S. And yes guys, it is beautifully created box. You can see that the picture is in the front. It does give you some indications what you can do with it. Going on the sides of it has a lot of marking, and also in the back it talks about that even it works with Google Assistants and Amazon Alexa. Plus, when we unbox it, the components that are part of this, as you can see right now, is the manual itself. Has a lot of things in detail, how you can set it up, how you can play with it, even talks about the goods and bads, and on top of that, if you have questions, it's all going to be covered in this. Also, it comes with a power adapter. The power adapter itself is 5 volt 2 amps, and it is created for Canada and United States. On one side you have to connect a USB. Also with that comes a USB charger. That charger is USB 2.0 to a micro USB, which is going to be connected at the back of the alarm clock. And then the last thing that we want to open is going to be the alarm clock itself. It's sitting inside of a nice plastic, and once we take it out, it is round, really nicely designed. In the front it is glass, and in the back it is plastic, but very durable. Now going around it, you can see that it has a little part that it will set down and it will be faced up. Right, so going to the back part of it, you can see that it has a nice set of speaker in the back. Then you do have a USB 2.0 port, which is 5 volt 2 amps. That means is you're going to be able to use this for a fast charger for your phone. And then also it has a input 5 volt. That means you can charge this or you can put it on electricity. If you look right in between, you have this little wire. Now this is for antenna. So this way, when you are listening to radio, this will help you out. In the bottom part of it, you do have a little sticker that is indicating the name of the company, also the model number, and if you go down, it has the input and where it is made. Going to the bottom part of it, it has a little part for the battery. So this way, it is always going to keep your time in sync. And does have a little rubber, so that way when you put it on the floor itself, it is not going to be able to move it that much. Now going on the sides of it, from the left hand side, so if you hold it this way, going to be here. This is going to be your alarm clock number 2. This is going to be alarm clock number 1. And then you do have the minus button, which is going to be the down button. Then you do have the LED button. Then you do have the plus button. So this we're going to dim it or make it more bright. The next one, which is going to be right on the top part of it, is going to be the snooze button. So this way, if the alarm goes off and you want to shut it off for a few minutes, just click this. Going to the next part is going to be your volume up and volume down, and this is your radio button. So this way you will be able to take your radio right away. This is the sleep button, so this way the light will change and also it will be automatically dimmed down itself. And then the last button is the settings button. So this way you will be able to play with it even more. The front part of it also have a really nice finish to it. It is all faded and you can't see the time in the back, but once we turn it on we will show you, and also has the name of the company written in the bottom, which makes it very nice and decent. Alright, so let's put it together and then we're going to be able to play with this and show you the colors and also what it can do for you on the table. So let's get this connected. In order to process the next step to get all of your ringtones out of this, so that way you can get a really cool sound effect while you're sleeping, or you want to get a waking up message, or you want to turn on certain things, you need to use something called Smart Life app. So you need to install it either on your phone or on your tablet. You just have to go to Google Play Store to click on it to download. And once you're there, I have already installed it. So we will go to open. Now I also have some smart plugs that we have reviewed. And all of them are set up here because we have it hooked up everywhere in this office and also in the house itself. So in order to add this, we just have to click on the plus sign, and then it will tell you to choose what type of item you have. So in this, we will go through to smart plugs, and it will give you a lot of things that is set up so you can take advantage of. And we will go through to find this little item itself. So if you don't see it, if you go back on an electrical, you should see something called Sand-Slice Pocket. We will select that. Now you will see that right now it is blinking rapidly and it says to confirm the indicator. So we will click that. It is indicating, and also it will tell us to hook up our device, or should I say this app itself, to 2.4G network. Now we already have it. I know that. I hope that this will be able to upgrade to 5G, but right now we do require to be on a 2.4G. I already placed my password and I will say confirm. Now it will take a couple of seconds for it to go through, so this way this will stop once it gets around 8 or 9%, and then it will be able to communicate between each other and it should be able to connect. Now in order to do that, you do have a little setting button on the side that you have to hold for a few seconds, and this way this will start blinking for you and it makes it a lot simple for you to connect. And there you go, you can see that it went off. Now it should run really fast all the way around. That means it is going to be able to communicate properly, and we're just waiting for that to happen. There you go. So that means this is already set up. Now we're going to leave the name as the same as it says, Wake Up Light, and we're going to say complete. So here you go. Once you get everything up and running, it will have the name on the top, and then you have a really good indication. So I'm going to put this aside. Right, so once it's all set up, I know that I will get a little pop-up here saying to update it, but just to make this video I will bypass that. So if I get it, I will just click on cancel. But once you're here, this is what you're going to see. So you have all of your buttons set up around the alarm clock here, but you can see the time is here too. You can click on it and you can fix the time here if you need to. And also it says that network, if you want to turn it on this way, it will get the time from the network, so it will be the same. You can see that it is off a few seconds, but it will just say to save it. Now I have set this up manually by the buttons on the side of the unit itself. So here you go from the left hand side to the right. You can see you have the timer, so you can set up. You can set up to 4 timers at the same time, so this way you can play with it, and you can go to settings to actually do it properly. But going back here, we will go to timer number 2, same thing. So that means you can set up to 8 timers at a time, and then going back. So going on the time is here. This is where you're going to be able to play with the light. So we will turn this on first, and then we will be able to say to how much light should go through it. And then also it says to fix the color light, so we will click here, and then we're going to say settings. This is where we'll be able to name it, and it will make it a lot easier to play with this. So going on the top part is where the snooze comes through, and you can set up under snooze. You can set it up under 10 minutes, or you can make it up to 15 minutes. You can see it here, and also going back up to 8 minutes. So this way it will just give you some time for you to get up. And also for the snooze, you can set it up so you can put it on the sound for light, or you can set it up under radio and also light, and also regular sounds, so you can set up, and then it will be all there. So I put it on the sound for now, and we will push this so it can go back down. The next part is the actual volume control for the radio. So you can set it up, and also you can set up a list for the radio stations. And also if you don't know the actual radio stations, you can click this on, so that way it will turn on, and then you can, let me just zoom in a little bit to this, and you can set up your channels, so that way it will really work for you. Where I am right now is I don't have an actual proper signal for the radio, so it's not going to really help me out in this video. But this is how easy it is to set this part up too. So we will click down. This is where you're going to be able to set up your settings for sleep, and it will be here. So we will say sleep, and then we're going to go to the sound. So there are different sounds here, so we will leave it with the sound and light, so that way it will change. The first one is rain, the second one is forest, and we will select. So if I turn it on, see that it changed a little bit. Now if I change this to river, press OK, it should change. So there's only 3 right now. I am sure that it will change to a different one. So let's save it. So that's how easy it is to set this up too. And then we will get out of it. The next part is the time. So you can set up all the settings under time. And that was our take on this brand new alarm clock, which is a wake up light 2. I want to mention that this is also going to be compatible with the Google Assistants and also Amazon Alexa. For the meantime, if you want to purchase one of these, everything is going to be available in our website. Except that, I hope you guys like our video. If you do like it, click the like button. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out. And on top of that, if you have a question, drop them at the bottom of the video. We will answer you ASAP. Except that, don't forget to our website, which is xcdex.info. And thank you.